YouTube? Oh shit, man. Still fucked and didn't get it clean out there. But still, anyway. Alright, YouTube. Today I'm painting my fingernails red. I know I did a. Cat hair. Cat. I know I did a video of me painting my toenails and somebody actually gave it a thumbs down. I think it was somebody that hates freedom. Whop, whop. Oh, damn it, man. I hate that part of my finger. Yeah. Damn it, man. I hate trying to get that part of my finger. Oh, yeah. Missed a spot. There we go. Probably should turn the overhead light on. But you know what? Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Boom! I'm back. Jesus, I totally fucked that all up. Uh-oh. No. Yeah. Jesus, I fucked that all up. If only I had some nail polish under there. There we go. Ha ha ha. Kind of fixed it. Oh, man. Come on, damn it. I hate that. We'll dip her, and then we'll whip her, and then we'll slip her. Slap her, tap her, I say. Slap her, tap her. Alright. So. And yes, I leave old nail polish on because it kind of leaves a cool design in it. Oh man, I think my red's about dead. Shit. Pretty sure my red's dead. Shit, man. I'm gonna have to get some new red fingernail polish. Yeah. Ah, damn. I got my nail or my finger. Ooh. That part dried quick. Not the greatest, but not the best. Worst. If you see the little black in that, that's the purple. Or no, that's the navy blue that I put on there a few months ago, or a few weeks ago. Alright, so I'm going to get to the thumb because the pinky is going to get a special color. Oh shit. Alright, I thought that was my fingers touched the table. My overhead light is not very bright. Alright. Come on, give me some polish. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get some new fingernail polish. Alright. Let's see how I do that. I hope you saw how I did that. Check it out. Boom. Oh, man. Yeah. Got that fucking crease right there. And see, look at that. I mean, you see me dipping it. It just don't stay. There's not that much in there, so... There. Alright, so, yeah, and this I'm not married. I was once. Chick didn't turn in the marriage certificate to me or go and get it notarized or anything, so the marriage was kind of a sham, kind of fake. She started sleeping with her third cousin, and I took the marriage license after I found it, like a couple weeks before that. Wasn't stamped, proved, or nothing. I burned that son of a bitch in the kitchen sink right in front of her. And then I packed up all my shit and moved out. Yeah. I moved out. Oh, there we go. I think I got some of that. Yes, you got you some. Oh, get it, cave it, hit it hard. Okay, I'm gonna put some little. I'm gonna do some shit with this. Fix it up a little bit, you know. Put some. I don't know. Might if my black got enough in it. I might put some dots and some designs on there. I don't know. I do some weird shit with it all the time. And yes, that says Aussie. Now, put this away. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Now these are two different colored greens. This is a darker green. That's a lighter green. This one is. This one's almost empty. There's like probably nothing there about right there. So we'll just set this over here. Now, come on, zoom in. Oh, Jesus Christ, come on, fucker. Finally, I don't know why it does doing that. It doesn't. It won't focus in. Oh wow, man. Jeez. Goodness. I'm not sure you can see that right across there, but that right there's a scar. Yeah, there you go. You can see it there. I got scars all on my knuckles. I used to fight a lot. I used to beat people up a lot. Yeah, I know. A guy that paints his fingernails that used to beat people up. That's how you fake people out. You make them think you're like lighting your loafers, and then you beat the shots out of them. You can't really see it across that pinky, but right there, that's a scar where I almost cut my finger off. Right there. It went from here all the way to this side right here. I did that when I was young. I can work on small gas engines. I can rebuild them. When I was probably like 15 or 16, I was putting one together, and I made a seal for the carburetor in the gas tank to attach to the engine. And I was cutting the thing out, and I wasn't paying attention. When I cut, I pulled it like this, and the knife curved and went straight across just that finger. Kind of nicked this finger right there a little bit, but you can't really see that scar. Alright, well, let's get to this. I don't know. Red and green? Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, purple and green. Yeah. You know what? The hell with it. We'll get... Actually, no. I'll go with the green. Because I like to be colorful. I like to be fruitful with my colors. Plus, I like lemons and limes. So... Oh, shit. That looks lighter than it should be. Where's the other one darker? I have no clue, but... I have no clue, butt heads. No, I'm not calling y'all buttheads. I just like saying stupid random shit. Like, no se verota. Winker, winker, tinker, tinker. Alright. Oh. There we go. Now I have to remind you all, I've done this since I was 13. Why? Because I'm comfortable with myself. Why am I comfortable with myself? Because I don't let people fucking bully me. See, back in my day when I was a kid, I'm 40 years old now. Back in my day when we were kids, somebody bullied you, you balled up your fist and you punched them in their goddamn mouth to show them that you wasn't going to put up with their crap. Now, I know it sounds like a rant and a rave right now, but that seems to be a really big problem with kids these days. Oh, they're bullying me. They're bullying me. Well, you know how we dealt with bullies in my day? You beat them up. You put them in their place. You showed them that you're the wrong person to do that to. All these kids nowadays, they're like, oh, he's bullying me, mommy. Change my diaper. Give me a new bottle. Blah, 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 blah. Why would you want your kid to be like that? Your kid needs to learn to stand up for themselves. You know, I mean, I understand, fighting's not good, but, eventually at some point in their life, they're going to have to. At some point. My parents used to tell me, if somebody started to fight with you and you got beat up, you better not come home after school. Because you're going to get that ass beat. With a good old belt. And I hold no reservations about this. I honestly do think kids need to stand up for themselves with bullies. I mean, I wasn't the coolest kid in school, but I wasn't the fucking nerdiest kid in school. I was a poor kid. I was born and raised in a trailer. And back in my day, you being raised in a trailer meant you was nothing. And you had to learn to fight. My grandpa was a Vietnam vet. He prepped his grandkids for doomsday scenarios our whole lives until the day he died. And that man died when I was 26. Yeah, when I was 26. That man, my mom's father, that man, Vietnam vet, he raised all of his grandkids. He taught us to stand up for what we believe in, stand up for our beliefs, and a lot of people don't like that to this very day, that I stand up for myself in that. And in the little town I live in, I used to run with a rough crew. We used to beat people up that would wrong us, or do something bad to us or somebody we knew or something. So I was a fighter up until I was probably like 30. I still am. Nowadays it's all these young, 20-some guys like, oh, I'm a tough ass, I'm a hard ass, I'm a badass, and then you gotta put them in their fucking place. I mean, they think because you get older that you ain't worth crap, or that you can't do nothing, or you don't know how to fight, and a lot of people mistake me for one of those people. And I like to straight up stop them dead in their tracks when they start saying crap like that. Nah, son, I grew up, the era I grew up in, you beat up bullies, you beat up people like you for trying to fucking prove some stupid point. And, I don't know, a lot of people try to, the people that I hung out with, I didn't even really have to fight them, because people used to love me. I used to think I was the coolest person in the world. Then, they all start getting in trouble and stuff. They start doing shit. They end up going to prison and stuff like that. So they all start, some of them signed up for the military, to get out of going to prison. Some of them just moved far away to get away from this town. But me, I was left here. I was left behind. And, everybody tried to, oh, well, he ain't nothing. He needs his friends. Blah, 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 blah. No, I don't need my friends. I was a lone wolf before I met them, and I will be I was a lone wolf when I was with them. And I'm still a goddamn lone wolf. I just, there's a time and a place when you gotta put your foot down, and anymore, in the last, 20 years, since I was 27, since all my friends skipped out on me and shit, that's all I had to do that's all I ever had to do anymore is start fighting again, because everybody's like, oh, well, you just a pussy, you need your friends, you needed your friends, you always did. No, I didn't. And I was like, I'm about to show you. And then when I popped them in the mouth and a couple of their teeth fell out, they're like, oh shit, maybe you didn't need your friends. No, I didn't. And I would, I'd work them over. Show them that, hey, not everybody that don't, have to get involved is a sissy or a wussy or a wimp. Damn cigarette keeps going out. So anyway, I think that's the problem with kids these days. And then, those same kids that get bullied and stuff like that, they turn into kids like the Columbine kids. Like these kids that go to school and shoot up schools, they resort to guns because that's how big of a sissy and how scared of the world they are and how scared of standing up for themselves they are. That instead of standing up for themselves, defending themselves, they'd rather fucking end somebody's life. Kids at that age, kids at 9 years old and stuff like that, they should not learn hate. They should not know nothing about hate. And that's where this comes in handy. That's a product of bad parenting. That's the product of a parent that didn't give a shit about their kids. And I hold myself to that because that, in the investigations and stuff, come to find out that those kids from Columbine, it wasn't just the kids at school that was doing bad things, doing crap to them. The one dude's dad would beat him and stuff. At least that's what they said and that. And, again, bad parenting. Some people shouldn't have kids. And then they go out partying and stuff and getting drunk and having sex and getting, knocking some girl up and stuff like that. Because they weren't smart enough to put a condom on, or the girl wasn't smart enough to make sure the guy had one on. And, you sacrifice your freedom that way. I mean, as an individual person, you sacrifice your freedom that way. And a lot of these young people that have kids, oh, I'm young, I gotta sow my wild oats, I gotta sow my wild roots. Well, no, you don't. You can't. As soon as you got pregnant and had a kid, your youth is gone. It's time to grow up and become an adult. You have responsibilities. Partying and kicking it with your friends isn't responsibilities. So, I got strong opinions on that. But, I was raised in an era where people had values and morals and stuff. And then around 1998, all that shit started dying. People abandoned morals, abandoned values. They started just sleeping around. They'd marry this person, be sleeping with 20 other people and whatnot, and who diddly and poo-poo cooey. I just don't, on this very day, I still don't understand people anymore. You go tell somebody you love them, but then you turn around and sleeping with somebody else, or secretly dating somebody, or have a boyfriend. Come on. Who you kidding? I mean, a lot of people will say, oh, well, I stay with them for my kids. That's no reason to stay with somebody. If you don't love that person and you don't want to be with that person, your kids should not be the reason why you stay in that position. So, I know it sounds kind of like a rant, but it's truth. And truth honestly hurts people. And not a lot of people in this day and age can handle the truth. They get offended by the truth. They get offended by honesty. And that's where it comes in that we raised oversensitive little fucking wieners. And then they turn out to be murderers later on in life and stuff like that, you know? You know, back in my day, you know, when you whipped a kid, they got the point across. You can't do that shit. Now you coddle them. They call it corporal punishment. No, it's not. It's called teaching a lesson and instilling values. You can't go around causing trouble, bullying people, whatever, da 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 da. But yeah, you know, we abandoned those morals because people thought it was wrong to whip a kid. Well, you know, if a kid's being a little straight up bastard, they do need a belt taken across their ass to put them in line. Because kids these days get away with too much shit, and they do too much shit, they go out and cause too much shit, and there is no accountability for it. Why? Because they weren't taught that that shit was wrong. And in this world, ain't nobody has accountability anymore. No one. And the people that do have accountability or take accountability for their actions and stuff, they get talked to like crap. They get treated like crap. They, you know, they get called racists and stuff like that, and you know, an oppressor or something like that. I'm sorry. I was raised by people that was born in the '80s and you know, the '50s and the '60s and the '70s and shit. My grandparents helped raise me. I mean, they didn't completely raise me, but they helped instill values that are important in this world. So anyway, I'm going to stop this video because I'm getting on a rant, and I'll start ranting about all other kinds of stuff because there's a lot of crap in this world that's been going on. I mean, the past 4 years has been a pretty good year, ain't? Other than stupid people that are very uneducated, have no idea what the real world's like, especially with this police stuff, defund the police, and, you know, police shooting. People don't understand that cops have to deal with stupid fucking assholes at least 60, 70 times a fucking day, and then they're like, oh, defund the police, they're murderers, they're just out killing people. No, I'm pretty sure when you come out of the cop with a gun or a knife, you're going to get shot. Because, yeah, that's pretty much a threat to their life. You're threatening their lives. And, you know, people are, you know, watch the news and you got these people like, oh, I hope they die, I hope they die. Well, you know what? Why don't you try being a cop for a day and seeing how it works out if you think the job's so goddamn easy? It's not. You know, I got friends that are cops, and I've done a few ride-alongs with them, and the job is not fucking easy. You got to deal with liars. You got to deal with worthless pieces of shit all day. You got to deal with all kinds of crazy. And then all these people, especially black people like BLM, I don't agree with that. It's not about Black Lives Matter. It's about junkies and rapists. And yes, I'm going to say it. Junkies and rapists are the only ones that they care about. They are trying to martyr a bunch of criminals. If it was Black Lives Matter, they'd been worried about those few little black girls that got killed, or the black kids that got killed in drive-by shootings. Well, nobody made an outrage about that. None of that. Nobody made a big fuss about the kid here in Ohio that had a BB gun and got killed. Nobody gave a shit about that much. They talked about it for a month or two and then it was done with. But some guy all high on fentanyl passing 20s and stuff sit outside the building that he was passing fucking fraudulent 20s at, all hopped up on fentanyl, and then overdosed on it while the cops were arresting him because he was freaking out. You know? And then like this Jacob Blake guy. That car he was driving wasn't his car. Those kids in the backseat of that car was not his kids. And then, you know, he's banging on this woman's door that he raped. Not once, but twice. And he had a warrant out for his arrest for raping a 14-year-old. And then people are like, oh, justice for Jacob Blake. Justice for Jacob Blake. Well, honestly, if you're going to rape somebody and then you're going to, like, you know, not listen to what the cops tell you, I mean, that's all it takes, you know. Simple instructions. Freeze. Don't move. They ask you some questions, that's it. If you're that scared of going to jail, then maybe you should stop committing crimes. Maybe you should stop doing illegal stuff. Jail ain't that bad. You want to go out here being a punk and being so-called tough guy, smacking around on women, raping them, beating them, whatever have you, or whatnot, or intimidating them. Cool. There's somebody out there that's going to knock your teeth out or put you in the fucking ground for it. And, honestly, I know it sounds like an asshole move. People are probably going to comment if they see this video, oh, that's racist. No, it's not. The only thing racist about anything is you selling somebody they're racist. Because they have morals, they have values, and they don't believe in criminals running fucking free. I know I might get banned from YouTube for cussing and stuff, but that's the way the world works. The police are there to protect you. The police are there to protect you from yourself most of the time. And those guys, they tried to protect themselves. They tried to protect them guys from themselves. That's why they used the stun gun on the one guy. But he didn't want to go down, and then he was going, and then come to find out the guy had a fucking weapon under the front seat of the car that he was climbing in when he got shot in the back 7 times. Yeah. So, all these people were like, oh, justice, maybe you should do your research about like NBA and NFL and stuff like that. LeBron James is a goddamn illiterate jackass. He is the stupidest man alive to listen to. He was a spoiled little brat, grew up. Only thing he had was basketball, and that got him a scholarship to college. That got him on the NBA and stuff like that. And the man is still dumb as hell. I'm sorry if you're a LeBron James fan, but if you are, you're as dumb as he is. And that's honesty. That's truth. Alright, well, I'm almost at 30 minutes, so I'm cutting this before I get too far into this. And not liking people or not liking somebody, it's not racist. That's thought suppression. You're a thought suppressor. That's as worse as oppression. That is oppression. If people can't have free thoughts, can't have their own feelings and their own anything or individuality, or have their own feelings about things, and you don't like it, that's not your place to not like it. You got yourself to worry about. You don't worry about what other people do and don't like. It's not a crime to hate something or not like something. It's just one of those things. People are just like, they always do that stuff, because you don't like something or you don't agree with something. Oh, you're racist. Oh, you're oppressive. No. I just got common sense and I'm smarter than you are. That's what that is. And, stupid people always go to that, oh, you're racist thing. Oh, you're oppressive thing, stuff like that. That's what that's all about. Uneducated assholes use that stuff. People that don't know nothing. People that don't learn anything after they get out of school. See, I'm 40 years old. I love history. I love learning stuff. I learn stuff every damn day. Why? Because it's one of the things I like doing. It's one of the things that keep me ahead of the game. It's what separates me from you. I watch a lot of YouTube videos of what's going on and stuff like that. Then I read these comments just totally ignorant. I mean, completely unintelligent. I don't know. It just makes you wonder how these people got through life this far being that dumb. And then because you don't like that somebody doesn't agree with you, you're going to call them racist, or you don't like that they have opinions or thoughts or feelings on something, and you're going to call them racist or whatever. That's just uneducated. That is just ignorant thinking. You got to break the habit. You got to break the cycle. Get a goddamn education. Keep fucking educating yourself. Don't sit around the house all gang banging or slinging weed or selling coke or shooting up or whatever. Pick up a goddamn book. Get on the internet. Do some Google searches or something, and read up on some of the shit that you think you know. Because I can guarantee you, you do not know what you can think you know. And honestly, if you want to know the truth, because somebody brought this up in a comment that I read, everything Hitler learned, he learned from America. Yes, and what he learned from America was what he learned from democratic laws that was created by Democrats, the first political party in America. It was Democratic Party. But Hitler took all those laws and all those things and he twisted them to a sick perversion. And then he killed 6 million people. About like these people, they wear, these black people protesting, oppression and shit. Did any of you black people, if any black people watches my videos and watches this video, did you know Che Guevara killed blacks and gays because they were black and gay? Because people were gay and people were black? Did any of you know that? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't even take time to research that guy. And then you're all like, oh, he was a revolutionary. No, he wasn't. He was a fucking mass murderer. He killed white people too. He was a Mexican style Hitler. Only good race was a Mexican race for him. Just like Hitler, the only pure race was blonde hair, blue eyes. And then everybody, and this whole thing comparing Donald Trump to Hitler. No. If people actually paid attention and read between the lines, they would see that they're precious Democrats and stuff like that. Everything they do is from the Nazi playbook or from a Nazi fucking standpoint. About like fear tactics. That's how they want to disarm people, Americans. They want to take Americans' guns. You know who did that shit? Hitler did that. Why? So the Jewish people couldn't defend themselves against his tyranny. Now everybody's like, oh, Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't trying to take away nobody's rights. Donald Trump ain't trying to take away people's guns and stuff. Donald Trump ain't trying to take away people's right to defend themselves. Bingo! Democrats are doing all that. So, and I know this will probably kill what viewers or what people look at my content. I'm a Republican. And I'll straight up say this right now. I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally. Because people in this world give you a reason to hate them and give you a reason to not trust them. And I picked up on that a long time ago. So, again, I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally. I'm an equal opportune hater. And no, I don't hate my skin color. I don't hate anyone else's skin color. I don't hate anyone else's culture. I just don't like people. I just hate people because everyone seems to think they're right when you prove them wrong. And they keep going with it, and then they keep, like protesters. Oh, Donald Trump's racist. He's a misogynist. He da-da-da-da-da. Really? Y'all fucking support a man that goes around sniffing children. That shit's not normal. Tweaking on a little 9-year-old girl's nipples on national TV or rubbing her nipples on national TV is not fucking normal. And then the worst part of it is the guy's senile. Half the time you don't even know where he's at. And the last time I seen him on TV, he got off an airplane waving at an empty field. An empty wheat field that was about, I believe they were about to crop it a few days later. And then the guy can barely freaking talk, he says it's a stutter. Well, when you was vice president, where was that stutter at? You never had that stutter when you was vice president. You know who gets stutters and stuff like that? Senile, demential old men and women. And people can't sit there and say, oh, it's a stutter. No, it's not a stutter. I worked in a goddamn nursing home for 4 years. I know onset dementia when it's happening. That old man is senile. And then the worst part is he picked a person to be his vice president that plans on going out. And I really feel that she plans on marching Republicans and most of America to an American Holocaust. Because she believes in that socialist stuff. And Hitler was a socialist. A national socialist. Socialism. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is not yours, is how that works. And people seem to not understand or know how that shit works. Because they all think we'll be better off with that. No, we will not be better off with that. This country worked to get where it's at. People in this country work to get what they have. And then you want to take it away because you don't have it. Because you don't want to work for it. Because you don't want to go out and earn it. And I disagree with a lot of black people that say, jobs is slavery. No, it's not. Jobs is how you earn a living. Jobs is how you make your way in life. Employment is how you separate yourself from the weak. Most of these people going out and getting themselves killed and stuff like that, that's stupidity work. That is what we used to call back in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s natural selection. Everybody's afraid of natural selection. Well, maybe you should smarten up so natural selection don't get you. Maybe use a little common sense, some logic too. Later, YouTube.